Alright, for this job you're going to need a few things. One being socket, 10mm, extension helps, a T45, a T27, Phillips screwdriver, a knife, whether it be pocket or utility, a pair of needle nose pliers, and your set of the new sleeves to hold your wires in place. One door would be 4 pieces, 3 round ends, and 1 cammed in, the cammed in going in the top. Pull the handle, nothing happens. You might hear it disengage up here at the top, but at the bottom it happens. So you pull this handle off to T27s and find out the bottom cable's closed. Which means that you have to cut the door pin. I'm here to tell you otherwise. Alright, so you come in here to the cab, and the door panel here, you have 2 screws here, 2 screws up here. This one is blocked by this, so you pull these 2 screws out up here, and this trim plate comes off, and you can pull the seatbelt off. A couple clips hold the door panel at that point, other than the 2 screws at the bottom, so don't pull too hard at the bottom. And you can pull the whole top part out enough just so that you can get your arm in there to disengage the bottom so that you can pull the door open and actually do something about this problem. Once you have the trim plate off up here, there's 2 T45s tucked away up underneath the headliner right there. You pull those 2 out, the seat belt will come down. Sorry, I realized the previous videos were shot in the wrong direction. Anyway, once you get that out of there, you can get to these 2 screws at the top, pull this whole panel back, and then get to the issue. Stick the light down in between the door panel and the door. And if you look down, right there, you should be able to see a little metal piece that the cable should be hooked into, but it's not. And you may have even gotten it hooked back into that and realized that that's not actually what pulls the door open. So what I do is reach down in here, pull up on the brass part, the only thing left holding this door panel on are 2 screws down here. Nice messy clip. This piece right here, the cable will actually hook into this piece, and then it locks into this piece. So all you have to do is pull up on this, and that will disengage the bottom. The top, it's quite simple. Now that you know how to get it open, next we have to deal with the wires themselves are not broken. The plastic caps on them are. So once you've taken the door handle off with the 2 T27 screws, you'll get into here. And from the inside of it, there's a little track that the wire will come through. The ball comes out, and then the wire goes through that little slot, and it'll slide right out. And then on the back, you press these 2 sides of the tab and pull it out from the other end. Depending on how weather routed it is, it might come off by itself. I took a knife and slid right down this side and cut a little notch on this, and we pull that off, and then just slide this off. And you're going to take the new pieces that you ordered, slide the wire into the little slot, push it down over the insulation as far as you can, and that side's good. I'll take care of the other end and put it back in. The only one of the four that's going to be any different is going to be your top one, because it doesn't come out so easily. So what you're going to do is take out your four 10mm bolts, and then from the back side you'll be able to see the piece that's broken off in there. You cut that out, cut this piece off while it's still connected to this, and then you're going to slide on your only one that's any different. This one's cammed, it's not round all the way, because this is actually going to fit in there and lock. Now with our four bolts out, we take this off. So be mindful of where exactly this was located, up, down, cockeyed, anything like that, because that will affect how your door closes once you put this back together. Now that you pull this off, you look from the back side, and you can actually see our piece that's broken off in there. Not very hard, just grab it with some pliers, give it a squeeze and a twist, and it should come right out. It's dry rotted enough to crack here, it should be dry rotted enough to come out there. Get the top piece trimmed up. You can see now that we need the cam then, we can just use round. Because this will actually slide into that lock. We're just going to slide it onto our wire. And then we'll just work that flat edge into the slot. Now, so long as you know the orientation of the handle, you can actually go ahead and snake these back through. And now that I've got the wire out, you should be able to see the little slit in there I was talking about. That's where the wire goes through and then hooks into that. That's the bottom wire back in there. So it just slides into that groove right there, and locks into place, and then you'll flip it over, and using these tabs to pull it out, that actually locks down onto that groove. So now this one works. Be mindful when you're putting the bottom one in. The handle part has what looks like a little hammer. The door part will just be a ball. So don't get that backwards. Okay, now I've got the handle screwed back in on the outside. These are the two cables coming out of it. This cable went up and around, snap, put back in, bolt it back in place. And the bottom cable will go in through, around. Before we close anything up, get our lights out of the way, do a test close. So the last thing we want to do is get through all of this and then find out it doesn't close right. Closes. Not playing it at all. Our handle opens like a dream. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put the door panel back on. In case you don't remember how to do that. You just got the two screws up top, two screws in the middle, two screws at the bottom, and then a bunch of snap clips. Make sure that when you are putting the door panel back on, the weather stripping is actually sitting on the outside of the panel. Sitting under it, it's doing pretty good. That also goes with the piece that you're going to put back here. Make sure that it's up underneath this.